news broke that a reboot series is currently in the works and is close to being greenlit over at HBO Max to reboot the Harry Potter saga. And they will, in effect, take every one of J.K. Rowling's books and adapt it into a season of television that will be debuting on HBO Max. And so we've had a lot of questions about the future of the wizarding world and Harry Potter and what that was going to look like. Obviously, David Zaslav being sort of the new leadership over at Warner Brothers Discovery has made it evidently clear that he wants to figure out a way to continue to tell Harry Potter stories. Didn't necessarily know he meant in this way because this effectively resets everything. There will not be a continuation of Fantastic Beasts. I think it's safe to say that. It's probably safe to say that the wizarding world is not going to go in new and different directions that move the story forward. We're actually going to go backwards, and we're going to take the Harry Potter books and just readapt those, this time in series format. What say you? How do you feel about this decision? Does it excite you? Do you loathe this decision? And what do you make of just the future of Harry Potter in our popular sort of mainstream consciousness for the next few years?
What are we doing? What are we really doing, man? What are we doing? Harry Potter, J.K. Rowling. We're rebooting. Why are we rebooting something that, one, I know it's like long. Okay. Rebooting something from, I don't know, from let's say 1990. If you rebooted in 2000, that's going to have two completely different feels, right? Technology has slowed down a little bit. Let me say that. Technology has slowed down a little bit. Remaking should be slower now. If I'm remaking something from 2000 in 2020, there's a very high chance it might not need to be remade again because technology has slowed down. The Harry Potter films are not old enough for us to be talking about a reboot at this period of time in this moment. There's absolutely no reason. They hold up well. They look good. Everyone still watches them every year. They are good. I don't know why we're talking about a reboot.
Well, this isn't a creative choice. This is a financial choice, Abby. It doesn't matter how old.
Absolutely a financial choice of movies that everyone still loves. I just don't understand even the financial choice. I just don't understand what we're doing. Like, there's so many other stories to be told in the world, in the wizarding world of Harry Potter, that I don't know how we're back to this. Hogwarts Legacy just came out. There's so many like small nuanced things that could be a TV show, a movie in there that is crazy. They hint to a Hogwarts in Africa that's in the mountains, that floats in the fucking sky. And we're rebooting the original Harry Potter. Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I just feel like this can be a money decision. I just feel like there's other money to be made with other projects within the same world. Like, I feel like Harry Potter just happened. That's potentially.
Like. I think they have to believe in those ideas for if they think they can make money, though. That's the thing. They have to believe that they could actually go there. It seems to me that with this decision, they don't believe that. They believe that the money lies within what people have already seen and what they already know.
We just got them. Most of everybody that's still alive today has already watched all the Harry Potters. There's probably an umpteenth amount of freaking eight-year-olds who have seen all the Harry Potters. If a remake comes out in 2 years, they're gonna be like, wait, isn't this the same as the movies that I grew up with? Like, I don't know. It just doesn't feel like it's time yet. It feels very early, bro. Harry Potter's everywhere. Hogwarts Legacy just came out. Literally, one of the only reasons to go to Universal right now is for the Harry Potter world. I know, I went. It literally, all the energy goes to Harry Potter world. You know what I'm saying? And that is relevant. Those books, those movies are still relevant. It's something about, like, I don't know. It just feels wrong. Like, Daniel Radcliffe isn't old. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that series comes out, we're going to be looking at the main three, right? Hermione, Ron. We're going to be like, yeah, something's not right here. And it's mainly because it's too soon. Rupert Grint was just in a movie 2 months ago. I don't know. It all feels very like, I don't know. Like you said, I'm sure it's a money play. But even then, it's like, are we serious? Is that what we're doing right now? It just feels wrong, man. It doesn't feel right.
I want to make it very clear. I hate this decision. I do not agree with it at all. I'm playing devil's advocate, obviously, and you know that. But
Yeah.
I think one thing that's really important about this is that I don't know if a lot of people are talking about, but how how does it? So everything you just said about Hogwarts Legacy, the parks, the stage play Cursed Child, the store in New York, all of that stuff is built off of the back of
Mhm.
the movies that have
Right.
already come out. Yes, J.K. Rowling with her books firmly created that world and established everything Harry Potter so that the movies could build off of the books. But all the
Mhm.
iconography that we associate with Harry Potter comes from the movies starring Daniel Radcliffe, Rupert Grint, Emma Watson. Like that's
Mhm.
where all of the visual imagery comes from. Hogwarts Castle in Universal looks just like Hogwarts Castle in Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. So my question is, as a Warner Brothers Discovery company, when you reboot Harry Potter and you say you're going to do the same source material that's already been done and spun out in so many different ways, doesn't that somewhat throw off the corporate synergy between everything else you have going on here? Doesn't that confuse your audience in terms of what they can expect when they go to the store and what they can expect when they go to the parks? Like, is it going to be the same characters in the ride, in the main ride that played them in the movie, or is it going to be the new characters that are in the show? Like, what are we going to do to draw those lines? Apparently, so that's a bigger overarching question. Then to distill it down a little bit deeper, I think that this is absolutely going to be set up for failure because of how beloved those films are. Those movies
Mhm.
are so widespread. They've received so much widespread acclaim and love and adoration for multiple generations now that I think anything you set up is just going to be it's going to be doomed. It's effectively going to be it's going to be very similar to what we just faced with the Lord of the Rings. Like who doesn't love the Peter Jackson movies? Who doesn't think that those are like achievements in cinema, that they
Right.
changed the game effectively for
Mhm.
fantasy and for big budget, what you can do on big budget blockbusters. And the show comes out, and yeah, a lot of people watch 3 minutes of it, but nobody's talking about that show anymore. I think it's
Right.
a very similar situation here that we're going to be facing, where it's like, yeah, but the movies are great. Like, yeah, okay, a TV show can expand on storylines that were left out of the movies. There's other supporting characters that you can explore. All of that can be true, but the fact remains that this is almost the equivalent of Lucasfilm saying we're going to reboot Star Wars, the original trilogy. That would be fucking insane.
That's crazy.
It would be insane to do something like that because it would throw everything off.
That's
Everybody
what
would
I'm
be like,
saying.
"What?" So I get that point. I think that this just all comes down to they need brands that deliver, that produce, that people will watch, regardless of quality assurance. They know people are gonna watch it. They know people are gonna watch it. Like we have to watch it. We have to see like, is this gonna be a train wreck or is
You
it gonna be
have to.
successful? We
You
have
have
to see
to.
it. They need those brands and that IP that they can always revert back to. DC is like having to fucking rebuild to get there. Like they can't rely on DC yet. Lord of the Rings, they're trying to do more movies now. Harry Potter is like their third big one, so they have to do something. But one has to ask the question, like, why didn't they just like explore other areas of the wizarding world? But
That's it.
but those things aren't proven though. That's what they would say. They're not proven. They're not proven commodities. That would be gambles.
How often did they try?
Fantastic Beast was a gamble.
That's
Fantastic Beast was a
one
gamble,
try.
but it failed. It failed
That's
effectively.
not
It
a
failed for them. Like it didn't work. Like they had 5 movies planned. They only did 3. Nobody liked them. It's like, yeah, it's kind of what it is. They, when one thing fails, this is the thing. When something wins, they're gonna go
yeah.
for it every time, over and over and over. Like we're gonna get sick of it. They're gonna shove it down our fucking throats. If something fails one time, it's over. It's reset. We're starting. That's what it is. That's the philosophy now. I don't know if it's necessarily the right philosophy, but that's how it is. We saw Nintendo took 30 fucking 5 years to make another
True.
Super Mario movie. So I think that that's the case of like what we're witnessing right now. Something failed so spectacularly that they were just like, yeah, no, I'll just do the same shit. We're just gonna we're
Wow.
just gonna do the same shit over and over. It ain't great, but it is what it is. That's where we are.